Hey, she told me to talk.
We're all sounding good.
You can talk.
And it's actually recording. And we actually have audio.
And how do you know it's recording?
Because I can see the numbers are going up and it's recording. And
Jade's cold.
Jade is always cold.
I am, though. Yeah.
Also, my house is winter.
Winter is coming.
In my house, for sure. It's always going to be like icicles in my house.
Fucking nuts. Look at them.
They're kind of long.
What is that?
Don't break it.
Like cauliflower.
Ew, what are you guys talking about?
The like edge of my nail is like a scallopy cauliflower.
Oh.
She just needs a file.
You just need
I
a
don't just
file.
chop them. I don't
Just
file
chop 'em
They're
off.
too. Look how thin they are. You don't file that.
Yeah, you do.
You just chop it.
Okay.
I got little baby nails. They'll never grow.
Okay.
I don't shape them. I just chop 'em.
Mine
Just
don't grow.
chop them.
Mine don't grow at all.
Mine don't either. I mean, they do, but then they'll just chip off.
Yeah.
So,
Eh.
Mine don't even get as long as yours.
do you want to hear something funny? Devin doesn't know how to use Alexa.
No.
And it's...
I
Set a
do
timer for
too.
43 minutes.
Really?
Alexa.
She's like, Alexa, thank you so much. Hey, Alexa. And then she'll like wait for her to
I
respond.
don't have a
And
one.
she doesn't respond. And then also she just trying to set a timer today.
That was funny.
And she does this thing where she'll like try to tell Alexa what to do, but she won't talk fast enough.
Yeah.
And so like she'll be like, Alexa, set a timer for... See, like right now she's like talking like, you weren't talking fast enough, bitch. And so Devin accidentally said too late while Alexa was trying to set the timer.
I said, Alexa, set a timer, and then I paused. And then I was like, because I was trying to think of what I wanted to call the timer. And then I paused, and I went, oh, fuck, it's too late. And she goes, too late timer. How long?
Do you remember when you set a timer for fuck? I don't remember. She did that in the kitchen.
She keeps doing that.
She said, hey, Alexa, set a timer for fuck. I don't remember.
No,
15 minutes. And then so the timer goes off and it's like, timer for fuck. I don't remember.
I don't think she said fuck.
I think she did.
Did she bleep it? Because she usually bleeps her cuss, but I don't know.
I think
That's
she
so
just
funny.
said like an I don't remember timer.
Yeah.
But today she's like, your too late timer is done or whatever the fuck.
You have 5 minutes left on your too late timer.
I think, and then also she won't say her name first. She'll like tell her what she wants and then says her name. And she'll like, you have to say her name first.
jumping jacks. Alexa, thank you.
Sorry, I don't have.
And she's like, I just want to be nice to her. And I was like,
Also,
no, you
yeah.
have to tell her what you want.
You really do. So whenever I'm like nice,
Yeah.
it doesn't work. But when I'm like, hey, Alexa, blah blah blah, she's like, okay.
Alright. Also, I'm
She
so
likes
sorry
to be
this is
degraded.
setting off anybody's Alexa. Right
That
yeah.
happens a lot when I live stream. Like somebody will be talking to their Alexa and be like, oh, it's gonna play this song.
And then yours
And
will
then,
go off.
not mine, but like other people's will go
Oh,
off.
yeah.
And then they're all like playing it at a different time.
Aw, that's fucking hilarious. But yeah, super funny. Devin is. I know you want to be nice to her because you don't want the AI race to like.
Got it. Thank you. That was not my favorite.
Oh my god, that's a big piece of hair too.
It's
Yeah.
from my head.
I pulled it out of her mouth.
That's wild. That was in there.
She was like trying to grab it and I could see it and I was
It
like,
like came down from here.
It wrapped around
I
you.
don't see that one.
Wonder if it got caught by your piercing and just kind of decided to chill.
In the shower when you like
Good job, Phoebe. You eat that
slowly
right.
pull a hair out of your butt crack.
Oh my god, I hate
kinda
the
satisfying.
tingly. I hate the tingly feeling, dude.
Tingly between your bingly.
Dingleberries? Don't do that, Devin. Don't try to wink right now. Not with the eyebrows too. She said the eyebrows.
I'm mean. I'm cute.
You are cute.
I literally call you cute all the time.
No.
You're gonna make her gay panic, so.
I'm not gay.
Can I wink at you?
I'm not gay. at Duke.
Be frying.
My husband says that he's surprised that I didn't know I was bi for so long because I don't even like dick in my porn.
Welcome to the podcast.
That was his exact
Was
words.
that seriously?
Dick in my porn.
Because I don't even like dick in my porn, and it makes
There's
me
a
so
dick in
want
my
to
porn.
realize.
Yeah.
Oh my god,
Don't you dare put dick in my porn.
Have you seen the
I didn't realize until I was like 19 or 20.
Hold on. Stop.
No.
Hi, Phoebe. Mina is a weird hunter. Like, if she sees a bug on the wall, she doesn't, like, try to get it. She just looks at it and meows.
Does she ever chitter? Like, do that?
Neither one of them do.
Mara
I
does.
fucking love
I've
that
never
shit.
seen a cat do
You
it.
want to see a video of Mara
I
doing it?
love that shit.
It's way back on my Instagram though, so please pause.
My cat that my ex got to take, she
Loser.
used to do that when she saw flies or lights or anything like that. She would go, oh my god, it was like, it literally sounded like she was clicking.
Yeah, that's what.
It's
Never
so
seen a cat actually
interesting.
do it, like, in person. She jitter.
I love that so much. It's so cute.
She was just a baby. That was like right after I gated her.
Yeah.
She used to sit up there and just stare at the
Neither
birds.
one of my cats do it, but Mina, she, like, doesn't meow very often. But when she
Mina.
sees a bug, she...
Mina. Mina.
And when she carries her toy around in her mouth.
Oh,
Yeah, that's so
Mina.
Yeah, she has this little, it's a blue mouse. I need to sew it again. It has a hole in it. It's like a stuffy, but really small blue mouse. Not like the hard plastic.
Not hard.
And she carries it around in her mouth like it's a fucking kitten and goes...
It's her little babe.
She's had it since she was a kitten.
I love that so much.
It's her favorite toy. I've sewed it like 6 times.
It literally makes my heart just like so happy.
Yeah, I've sewed it like 6 times for her. It has a hole in it again, though. I need to sew it.
I'm Kaylee.
I'm Dev.
And I'm Jade.
And
this is Functional Chaos.
My
eyes are really sensitive today looking at that.
Are we in band right now?
I don't
Did you
know.
ever do band in school? I know you did. Jade? You never did band?
Shouldn't do it.
You did trumpet? Yeah.
I've been seeing trumpets on Facebook Marketplace, and I'm really tempted to buy one.
Yeah, just to see.
I want to jam out with my clam out.
In middle school, I did...
Would you subscribe to just me playing the trumpet with my clam out?
I'm sure there's lots that would.
In middle school, I did...
Just playing taps
I'm
with
sure there's lots of volunteers.
my
arts
lips.
rotation.
Yeah.
And then I did journalism and theater. And then in high school, I did... What did I do?
Why'd you laugh at her theater?
It's just very
I only did 1 year.
funny.
And then I did...
I was a theater
I was in
kid.
theater too. I don't care.
I did...
I wasn't. I was in like middle school. Sorry.
Oh, I remember. I did photography freshman year. And then...
Are you good, bro?
You spit on it. Oh my god. Do you need the Heimlich? No, she doesn't. Okay.
Are we laughing?
Yeah, she's laughing.
Okay. I'm just
Will
making
you
sure
get
she's
a
not
towel?
crying. Yeah.
I was trying to figure out if we needed to fucking Heimlich her. She spit on the on the machine. What was so funny?
No, I just...
Kaylee, can you sit like leaning back so that if you faint?
Oh my god, I like literally was bit.
Thank you. Devin, did you hear me just tell Kaylee to sit back in case she fainted? Devin.
What?
Kaylee fainted. I'm so good at calling them now. I'm glad she listened
I don't know
to me,
what the
though.
fuck happened.
Yeah.
Okay, so
And then you spit. You'll see it.
I know, I'll see it.
Kaylee, you were like sitting all cockeyed, and I was like, I need you to sit back in case you faint, and then you immediately fainted.
You literally inhaled
I did.
so much water.
I did, dude.
Well, you guys, I did photography.
Okay. Sorry to steal your thunder. I'm just gonna be wet this episode. Aren't you always wet? She's gonna pat me down.
Trying to laugh through it. I don't know. Trying to figure out what.
I was just
kinda
so
blacked out.
confused. I was just so confused because I was like, all I said was I was in photography, and then you fucking died.
It literally wasn't you. I'm so sorry.
Yeah. Chihuahua.
Oh my god, okay. So, like, I don't know what the fuck just happened. I took a drink of water and I went to swallow it, but I guess I took a breath at the same time or something because some went down my windpipe, but like a lot.
And then
so
she
I
started
immediately
laughing.
I started laughing because I fucking did that.
Spit.
Because I spit all over the fucking place. And I
fucking
kind of just
over.
like blacked out
Bro,
a little bit.
please be safe and never stand up again for this day.
For the rest of
And
the
then
day.
Kaylee was sitting all weird, and I was like, Kaylee, lean back in case you faint. And
I
then
did.
She fainted.
And I did.
Yeah,
Wow.
You are exerting yourself today.
I
It's
am.
making
It's
me
a long
nervous.
It's gonna be a long
I
day.
don't like it.
Okay, but what I was saying.
Yeah, sorry. You said
I
something
took
about
photography,
in high
and
school.
then after photography, I took pottery, and then I took drawing and painting. I never did the same shit.
Ha 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 ha.
You guys just did band like the whole time.
No,
No,
I didn't do
I-
anything in high school. No extracurriculars at all.
I thought you had to have one.
Not in like. Oh, take that out.
I'll
Not in
bleep
an
it.
alternative school.
Yeah. I did band 5th grade, 6th grade, and 7th grade and 8th grade. And my parents said that if I finished off middle school, then I could quit in high school if I wanted to. So I quit in high school, and then I did theater the whole time, basically. Yeah.
My PE class was literally me exercising at home and writing down lies and getting my parents to sign the lies.
Hell yeah.
It was like a log book of exercises I did.
Dude,
Yeah, and you
I
just
was
wrote
out
it.
sick from school for like a week and a half.
Yeah.
And my mom went to get my homework, and they had sent me PE homework while I was sick.
And
Wanted me
they're
to
like,
run
just to run 30
20 minutes a day
What?
while
The
I was
fuck?
sick.
While
so,
you're sick?
and it was already like 4 days into me being gone, so that's like already an hour I need to run.
That's weird.
And so my mom just signed it all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Who the fuck are you?
Yeah.
Who runs or does anything when they're sick
Yeah.
other than just let yourself be?
Yeah, it was weird. It was like, you have to make these days up.
It's crazy. Okay. Well, icebreaker time.
We already had that.
No, we didn't.
I'm
What?
just kidding.
Oh.
That whole situation broke my eyes.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm sorry. Your eyes. Do you want to pick one so you can?
No.
No.
Yeah.
Jade, yes.
No. Jade can do it. Jade can
Jade's
do
gonna vogue now
Jade.
because she can't.
it.
Jade, get your card. Get you a card.
I touched my
Icebreaker
hair again.
cards.
Drink every time I touch my hair, Jesus Christ.
Here's the ready. I have no
Oh,
ice.
no ice.
I literally offered to get you some, but you.
If
But
you-
it's just water.
If you could have any fictional object that grants you wisdom or knowledge, what would it be and why?
A fictional object?
I know. I don't even watch. I've never even seen the movies, but I want the hat from Harry Potter.
Ooh, like
smart hat?
the sorting hat.
The smart hat, yeah.
Yeah. Hufflepuff. Ooh.
I know my answer, but Kaylee goes
No,
first.
go ahead, 'cause I'm still thinking.
No.
She's still thinking.
I'm still thinking.
We might have the same answer,
Just
so I want you to
go.
think.
How would you know we have the same answer if I don't even know my answer yet?
Sonic screwdriver.
Oh, that's a good. I thought about that for a second.
Bitch.
That's a good one.
What's that?
We've been rewatching Doctor Who together,
Yeah.
and it's his
It's his like
magical
little.
alien device that like can do pretty much anything.
Oh.
It can unlock doors. It can like detect. Like it could
Like
be
a
like this and be like, oh, this
species.
is this kind of alien. Bless you. Yeah. Hi, Juke. We're busy.
It's a dog says, I'm coming up here now, please. Thank you. Okay. Jade has not paid enough attention to me. Oh my God. He's literally
naughty.
Jade, have you not given him enough attention today?
Not like he's coming for you.
Not like I usually do.
Look, they're coming to arrest you.
No, they're coming to save you.
Oh, save me? Because of my...
to arrest Duke for breaking the rules.
Duke, you're gonna fall on Devin. I can just see it now.
Okay with that. Fall on me, baby.
Yeah, usually I give him more attention than I did, and so he's really kind of
very
freaking
upset
out.
with Jade right now. He says, you know what? I'm done waiting.
I don't think he's upset.
He says, I have been too patient, and you have not done enough. He literally wants to get inside your skin. He's not close enough.
That's wild.
That's what he acts like. Okay, mine...
Are you Ed
I'm going to say, like, some kind of pair of socks or, like, a cute pair of shoes.
What is that from?
To make you... What?
Like Dorothy's shoes?
Oh,
yeah, it's
a
not.
fictional object. Oh, see, this is why I failed, like, every assignment in high school.
Oh, she didn't read it.
Okay, if you could have any fictional object, fuck.
To make you smarter or something, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, okay. So there's this necklace in my favorite book series, and I would choose that. It's a really cute, like, I can't remember exactly what it looks like right at the top of my head, but I know I would want that. Phoebe is playing with a ball.
Does anybody watch Game of Thrones?
No.
I have tried.
Okay,
You
but you
ask us
haven't
that,
gotten
like,
very far.
every week.
No,
Are you
I'm
ever
on
gonna
episode
watch
3.
it? Are you ever gonna watch it?
Yes, Alex.
Okay, then never
Alex
mind.
is continuing to make me.
There's a necklace in it, so I won't.
Isn't there another show that's not Lord of Rings that has like a magical necklace that like gives you a boyfriend or something?
Someone is dying.
Bro, they're already setting fires over here. 4th of July fires.
I am not doing well.
I'm so sorry.
When I hear ambulances, I just think about dead people. Old people.
There's a fire truck though.
Yeah, that's definitely
trucks
fire
go
trucks.
for,
But
I
also
heard
they have
ambulance
paramedics.
first.
Yeah. They go too. They all go.
They usually all go to any 911 call,
It
but
makes me just
fires
cry.
are usually there first.
Sometimes I'll just cry.
Oh my goodness, Devin. Sometimes it's just like someone that is having an anxiety attack
Yeah.
I know, because
that feels like a heart attack because they can.
Why are you talking about me? Literally used to call the
I
cops all the time.
used to have anxiety attacks all the time, but I've only had one that like I really thought I
Like
was
you were
having a heart
dying?
attack.
In my like mid-teens, I was at the hospital like every week.
I had one anxiety attack where I literally, it was so bad and I felt like I was dying so much that I could feel like the heart attack in my arm.
Oh my god.
Right?
Yeah.
See, mine
Yeah.
like always like radiate through my back and my
me
chest,
up.
and it's like, yeah,
It was so crazy.
literally
I've
feels like
never-
someone's like sitting on me.
Yeah, I've never experienced, like that's kind of how my regular ones feel, is like pressure.
Yeah.
Duke doesn't
But-
get it.
This one was like, I got hot. It was like a fire from the back of my skull up through my head,
Yeah.
and then just heat in my chest, and then my heart palpitations.
He said yes.
Heart palpitations, and then my arm went all numb and hurty.
Yeah, no, see, that's fucking terrifying.
Crazy.
That's terrifying. But that's like definitely anxiety.
Well, welcome to the PCOS.
Yeah, welcome to the podcast, guys.
He's a dog.
My cat just fucking scared the shit out of herself.
What
are you doing, you dumbass? She's trying to. She wants more balls.
So she hit it, and she just. They have a Nerf gun with
Girl.
little Nerf balls in it that the cats like to play with, and Phoebe wants another one, so she literally just bapped the gun.
Bopping the handle like, and it scared the fuck out of her.
There's a
Fly.
fly.
There's a fly. I'm gonna.
The letters P.
I hate flies.
P.
P
Stand-
P P P P P P P P P P.
I don't know what
Have
you're
we
talking
told
about.
them about that? Oh.
P.
We don't need to. This is private.
So Devin one time we were at her house, and she just kept walking around the house going, pee, pee, pee. It feels so good in my mouth, and she just kept going, pee, 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 pee.
I don't think so.
So every once in a while, we just go in Devin, pee, 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 pee.
Beep, 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 beep.
She doesn't even remember. Like, she
No, I
legit.
do.
Oh, you do?
I remember. I'm
you
just
always
denying
say you
it.
don't remember.
Beep, 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 beep. Pee.
Pee, 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 pee,
Pee. We're going to talk about
Pee.
periods. Period.
Painful periods.
Periods. Being a woman. PMS.
Being a uterus owner.
PMDD.
Having a bloody
PCOS.
vagina.
Birth control.
Endometriosis. These are all things.
Period.
So I have a confession,
That 8.
and I think we should
Period.
start off with my confession.
Oh no. You eat your tampons.
Oh my god, no.
You suck the blood
Ew,
out.
No. Okay,
You smell them.
I'm still very ashamed of what this is, but no, it's
Scared.
none of that.
What the fuck?
Okay.
Scared.
I didn't know until I was 23 that you're not supposed to flush tampons.
Oh, well.
Nobody told me that you're
in
not
public,
supposed
sometimes
to
I
flush
still do.
them.
Yeah, it's an
But I've
eh.
never done it at home.
It's an thing. Like, you're not supposed to.
I didn't know you were supposed to like wrap it in a toilet paper and then put it in the
Well,
thingy.
You're not supposed
I do that
to,
now.
But you can, as long as it's not a septic tank.
Yeah.
But how do you? But like all
Shouldn't.
those signs that are like no flushing feminine products.
Yeah.
I just thought like who's flushing pads? Like I didn't think they meant, and I'm like, oh, the applicators. Why are they throwing the applicators away? I didn't think that the tampon, because I'm like, oh, those you just flush them and then they dissolve at some point.
No. You shouldn't flush them.
Comment.
Yeah. You're not
Comments.
supposed to, but
I always learned to wrap mine in toilet paper.
yeah.
No one. I only learned that you do that with pads. No one ever told me.
I was taught that you may never
Who taught you teach us
Ever.
to do that?
flush your tampons down the toilet, and you have to tell all of your friends that because we have a septic tank.
Oh.
Mm.
She was scratching your carpet.
Yeah, she does that. She's a bitch.
And
Do you want me to take her to jail?
I do sometimes flush my tampons in public.
I do it in public as a, like, fuck you.
You know what I found out also?
Just kidding. I just do it because it's convenient
Yeah.
usually.
I try not to anymore because I learned that. But like, I also recently found out, you know the little feminine product like garbage
Bags?
cans.
Yes, I just learned
Did
this
you
too.
know that you're supposed to put your thing in one of the bags and then take the bag out?
Yes, I just recently
and
learned
throw
that.
it away.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
I did. I'm just
I
like
didn't either.
everyone's like just like piling them on onto, and I thought like someone comes and clean. No, you're supposed to like put it in there and then take it out
Yeah.
and throw it away.
Yeah. But sometimes they do.
Who the fuck teaches you this shit?
Nobody. Sometimes they do only have one bag though. So
Yeah.
like,
Yeah, so
I don't
like,
even
what?
think they know.
Yeah.
Like, how are you supposed to
I've
know?
never heard that in
I
my
have.
life.
There's
I
some
just
places have
recently-
like tons of bags.
I've
Just
seen
just
tons of
put it
bags, but I'm
and
like,
take it.
oh, so they don't have to refill it.
I've never heard that. That's crazy. It makes sense.
It
because
makes
it's
total
gross.
sense.
And it's not gross. Periods aren't gross, but it's gross to like touch someone else's blood on
No,
accident.
it definitely
Yeah.
is.
So it makes sense that you wouldn't put them all together.
But that's just like when I saw that on TikTok recently, and I was like, are you fucking... I thought it was just like a convenient thing for whoever's like cleaning the bathroom. It just like, they put a bunch of bags in the thing so that they don't have to like keep refilling
I feel like an asshole.
I know! Me too! How many have I overfilled?
Yeah.
Yeah.
When I could have just...
I mean, if it's super full, I just put it in my pocket or my purse, and then put it in
The big trash.
Yeah,
trash.
okay, yeah.
or in my purse for the day.
I always put the applicator back in the tampon sleeve.
I'm
Yeah.
so way too lazy for that.
Really? You just like To us.
Yeah.
Oh my god, no, I have to put it.
in the
I mean,
sleeve.
I bleed
do
a
sometimes,
lot.
but rarely.
I'm a bloody bitch. BB, bloody bitch. And I need that super soaker shit. Also, sorry, change of subject. Did you know it wasn't till last year they started testing tampons and pads with blood?
Yeah.
They've been testing it with water.
Yeah.
And I was just telling Alex this morning, or maybe it was Devin, I don't know who, but I'm like, okay,
was
so
not me.
if you think about pads are basically made of the same material that diapers are made of, the like absorbent material. And so yeah, but that's catching urine, and urine is significantly thinner than the consistency of blood, not just blood, menstrual blood. That's just like, I had no idea.
Yeah.
So like, think of like a shower gel consistency. That's like the consistency that a tampon is trying to absorb.
Yeah.
What the you're gonna tell me, and it's my problem,
Yeah.
that the tampon's not catching all of my blood even though I got a super soaker on?
Yeah.
I've
Blood
never
just
really
goes
No.
had.
around and comes out. For
It
me.
literally
I've
just
never
bleeds
had that
out.
problem.
I always bled out. It always went down my string.
Yeah.
It
And,
goes
like-
down the string if it's full, but I've never had it like
Oh,
leak out.
I always leak out.
But
I always leak.
I bleed really heavy too, so I don't know. Maybe my blood is thin.
You thin
Mine
blood
is
bitch.
really clotty and globby.
Yeah,
Mine's
I have a
not.
lot of clots.
Mine's not.
That's another thing is some people do have like a more
I would say
thinner flow, and some
Yeah.
have like a
I would
like
compare
globby.
mine to like strawberry preserves.
No, not
Yeah.
at all.
I would probably say mine's more like liquid and like some chunks of fruit.
Mine
Here
is
and there.
literally
So like jelly.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah.
Mine's definitely preserves.
mine's literally just like blood with like a chunk every once
Yours
in a while.
is just jelly.
Not even. It's
No,
just
hers is like
blood.
syrup.
Yeah, it's just
Syrup.
blood. Like it's not thick really.
No.
At all. It's like
So
it
maybe-
feels like regular blood.
Maybe your kind of blood is the blood that they like originally could have tested it on.
Yeah. It's just like regular blood pretty much with a few
I've just
clots
always
once in a
I just
while.
never I always thought it was my problem that I always had issues with feminine products, because I was like, am I using this wrong? Am I not changing it fast enough?
I like menstrual discs.
I
Yeah.
want to try that so
It was
bad.
pretty cool.
When I start having periods again, I'm gonna fucking
Because
do
they
that.
don't have to absorb anything. It's like a menstrual cup, but better.
I just found this menstrual cup that like has a tabby do on the bottom that if you pull it enough, it like brings the side of it inward. So when you pull it out, instead of putting your finger up there to unsuction it, you just pull the tabby do and it does it for you.
See, the thing about menstrual cups for me, I don't know if when I'm not horny, I just have a shallow vagina, but they're always too long.
Oh, okay.
Girl, my
And they just
literally,
stick out.
I don't know if this is TMI, but my Nuva ring, like just part of it like dangles out.
When you
Really?
use the menstrual disc, did that happen too?
No,
Maybe you just need to push your new ring higher up,
it's up.
like behind your bone.
It's in.
Huh.
It's in.
She says it's up
it just
there.
like it like peeks its little head out in different positions when I like move.
Interesting.
She just like
But yeah, so
She
a
says
menstrual
hi.
disc, instead of it being like a cup this way, it's like a cup this way.
the disc is like smaller than the ring.
It's like a cup this way.
Yeah.
And you tuck it behind your pelvic bone and you can't feel it. You leave it in for as long as you want, really, usually like 12 hours. Empty it, and then you clean it and put it back in.
Yeah.
They have
That sounds
reusable,
so
yeah.
easy.
Yeah, the reusable ones. They also make throwaway ones where you just leave it in for 12 hours and change it, but they're really, really expensive if you get the throwaway ones.
I'd rather get a
Really? They're
reusable
cheaper
one.
if you get reusable.
Yeah, because you only have to buy one.
Oh, I understand.
You buy one for $40, but the disposable, it's like $20 for 10.
Each time.
Uh,
yeah.
Yeah, it's like $20 for 10 every
It's
time.
basically buying tampons.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but more.
But
it costs
more.
way more than tampons. For
No.
10 tampons for $20?
Do you
no,
think
it's not.
Let me ask you guys a
Well,
serious
no,
question.
but you get to keep them in for 12 hours. So
Yeah.
it's like probably about the same
Oh, yeah.
as how many tampons you would use.
Oh, yeah, but if you buy a reusable one, you buy one for 3 years.
Or you buy like 3 and you switch them out,
It's not really necessary to switch them.
I guess. I don't know. I feel like using the same one would be dirty.
You boil it
Yeah.
Yeah, but when?
after your period.
You have multiple, like, cups.
No.
Yeah.
No,
Oh,
you don't
no?
have to.
I
no.
would.
I would.
Yeah.
That doesn't make sense, though.
I would put one in, and then after 12 hours, I'd take it out.
Put a new one in and then boil that one.
Boil that
Yeah.
one.
You don't need to do that, though. That's
But
unnecessary.
Yeah,
But
but I
it would
would.
make me
I
feel
would
better.
make.
Yeah.
I would feel better about it.
You can wash it with
I
just
don't wanna get
soap and
toxic
water.
shocks.
You can't get toxic shock from it at all. Look it up. Menstrual discs and cups cannot cause toxic shock syndrome.
Interesting.
Can you get toxic shock from a menstrual disc? Yes.
No. Very rare.
Menstrual cups have been associated with a... This is AI, that's not real.
Oh.
Menstrual cups have been associated with a risk of toxic shock syndrome, with a few cases reported.
A few.
Still a risk.
I don't know, man.
Any period product inserted into the vagina can cause toxic shock.
How long would you have to leave it in, though?
I don't know, because if your body's trying to get rid of it and it sits there too long, your body will think that you
Yeah.
have something
But that
else
toxic
wrong.
shock doesn't come from not washing it either. That would be an infection.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what a toxic shock is. I just know I'm supposed to be scared of it.
It's so rare, though.
Can a
Like, it
menstrual
really-
cup
even with
damage the
tampons.
cervix? There's currently no evidence. Cool.
I hate Google sometimes, though, because it just gives you, like,
The AI answers are really ridiculous.
They're literally annoying
They
as shit.
literally-
all the
just
stuff that
give-
pops up first. Like AI, the first things that pop up.
The
Sometimes they're
sponsored
just
things are
so...
annoying.
They're just so wrong.
Yeah. You have to look at the top left to see what it... I hate the sponsored ones because I get excited sometimes and I'm like, oh, you're a fucking sponsored shit. You're probably
Duke,
not what I'm looking for.
My leg is asleep.
Duke couch.
I wanted to talk about a little bit about endometriosis.
Okay, go ahead.
So, do you guys know what endometriosis is?
Yeah, it's when the skin from your uterus grows all over your body, and it can grow anywhere on your body. On the inside of your body.
It can. Mostly, it first grows on the outside of your uterus.
Well, of course.
Ovaries, things like that.
But it can grow anywhere.
And then, and it can grow in your intestines, your bladder, your rectum, literally it can go all the way up to your heart. Like, they can literally grow wherever, and it depends on what stage you have. There's stages 1 to 4.
And then what's even scarier is when you shed your uterine lining, you're shedding that skin.
Mm-hmm.
And you're just bleeding into yourself.
So painful. It can cause scarring and inflammation that is so incredibly painful because it's shedding a part of your uterus that shouldn't be shedding.
Right.
And that causes scar tissue.
Right.
And
It's crazy.
it's fucking dumb. This causes extreme pain mostly during periods, during or after sex, or going to the bathroom. There's no
During and after sex.
during or after sex, yeah.
You just said you were having some stuff.
Yeah. I'm having painful orgasms.
I don't think that's the same.
It's possible because there is tension in
But
the
does it
muscles
only
and
hurt
stuff.
after you orgasm?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like as I'm orgasming and right after, I literally feel like I'm on my period.
Yeah.
Like it feels like my uterus is
get that.
cramping so bad, but it lasts like hours or even days.
Yeah.
Sometimes
that
it's
only happens
horrible.
if you punch my cervix.
Ooh.
Then I cramp
Owie,
for
no,
like
thank
hours.
you.
Yeah.
Owie, no thank you. I'm suspected to have endometriosis since I was 18, and I've had the most extremely painful periods, like literally my whole life. And I remember how many times people would call me dramatic because I would call out of work or not want to go to school because I was literally like in the fetal position on the floor because that was the only position that was comfortable and stopped my periods. Or not my periods, it's that stopped my cramps from being like the devil.
Do you think
literally
it could be
clawing?
PCOS?
I don't know. I think endometriosis because it runs in my family.
Oh.
Like my grandma had it so bad she got her she got a hysterectomy at 28, so my age. So
Wow.
that's why I think I have it. I have a lot of the similar symptoms of it. I have extremely heavy flow, irregular periods, but also PCOS has similar things. It's just a lot of really key PCOS things I don't have.
Like what?
Like the body hair thing.
I mean, you don't have to.
It's a pretty key thing because it has to do with your hormones, and endometriosis doesn't have to do with your hormones.
That's true.
And I don't think mine's a hormonal thing.
Did you know that you can have PCOS and never have a cyst on your ovary?
Yes, I did know that. I do have cysts on my ovaries. I have 2 on each side.
I feel like fucking everyone does now.
Yeah, I'm like, who
Yeah.
doesn't though?
I don't know if I do for sure, but my mom did, like, and they were so bad that she couldn't get pregnant. And then as soon as they dissolved them with birth control, she got pregnant.
Wow.
Miracle.
I want to know how many people have endometriosis. I want to know.
It was 103 million
no
women.
I mean, like percentage. Like what percentage?
I think it was 6% of
What percent
women.
of women have?
Maybe 16.
What percent of women have endometriosis? Ignore that. 10%.
10%. Yeah. Like, I think that's pretty significant if you think about it.
10% of reproductive age women.
Well, that's most
Yeah.
women are reproductive at one point.
Between 25 and 50% of infertile women are estimated to have endometriosis.
Yeah, different stat, but good to know.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
just vomiting for you.
I used to have, like, such bad pain I would throw up.
Yeah.
And, like, have headaches and stuff, and like people would be like, it's not that bad, and I'm literally like crying, and
You don't have to tell me.
I don't understand. I'm like, I don't understand. They're like, all women go through this, you're fine, and I'm like, I don't think I'm fine. But the only way to get truthfully diagnosed with endometriosis is to do a exploratory surgery where they go and they explore the inside, like the outside of your uterus area, to like look for endometriosis.
There has to be another way.
There is not another way.
Then how are so many people diagnosed with it?
Because you can usually diagnose people with just based on their symptoms and then try and treat it. It really takes a lot to convince a gynecologist to want to do the exploratory surgery if they don't have to. And so it's really one of those things that like you would do if you've been like told by multiple doctors that like, no, this isn't it, and none of their treatments have worked, and then eventually finally getting to that doctor.
Because I can't imagine 10% of women having an exploratory surgery.
No, and that's another thing is like, so everyone is like a lot of people are mostly not officially diagnosed fully. It's just like based off symptoms.
That's probably what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
That's how it is with PCOS.
pretty
too.
much a lot of conditions, truthfully, because you can't test someone for depression. You can't test someone for anxiety. You can't test someone for migraines. Like,
Yeah, there's just some things that you can't, but also I feel like there's so many gaps in women's like healthcare that I feel like if you ask the same question in like 25 years, we're gonna have a completely different answer. I bet anything.
I wonder if you could go
Yikes.
through your pee hole. No, because you can't get out of your bladder.
Can they
Yeah.
do like a ultrasound?
No.
Sometimes they can, but a lot of times you can't see those endometrial cells in an ultrasound. You would have to, because a lot of the time they're not like just dangling off. They're
Yeah,
like literally just sitting on
attached.
top. Yeah.
I wonder if you could do, is it called an endoscopy?
Endoscopy, you wouldn't be able to because your stomach doesn't go near your uterus.
It doesn't.
It doesn't go close
no
enough
openings?
to it. Mm-mm.
Fuck. You can't go through your pee hole because you get stuck in your bladder. You can't go through your mouth
The
because you get
uterus
stuck in your
is
stomach.
the one organ that doesn't have. It has one inlet, one outlet.
Yeah, you just need to see like the outside of it though.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So, but yeah, if you have endometriosis, I want you to know I believe you.
Yeah.
If no one believes you, I believe you. And you
believe
can
you.
tell your doctor that they're a piece of shit and they should go back to medical school and they should learn how to get a better bedside manner. And that's from Kaylee, bitch.
And yeah, you could tell your boss to suck an egg.
Yeah, and if you need to stay home because it's too fucking painful and they're calling you dramatic, tell them, how about you get a TENS unit, put it on your dick, and put it to 10, and then come talk to me, bitch.
Oh my God.
Get a what?
A TENS unit. It's the period simulator. Like, you see the people.
Dude, I got an IUD inserted, called out to work the next day because I was in so much pain. And my boss was like, why are you calling out? And I was like, she's like, you don't sound sick. And I was like,
there's different kinds of sick.
I just got an IUD inserted. I literally told her, and she was like,
oh. See, if that was, what if, see, okay, here's the thing. Some people say that I'm a man basher. I try really hard, but they do not make it easy. Okay? It's not my fault. Men don't make it easy. But if it was a man, what do you think you would have said?
What's that?
What is that? Oh, that doesn't sound bad. Okay, here's the thing. When I got my IUD inserted, my fucking gynecologist, she was a woman. I wanted to make sure she was a woman. And she looked dead in my eyes and was like, you're going to feel 3 tiny cramps. Just 3 tiny cramps. Bitch, I felt like I got rolled over by a giraffe. Okay, and then toppled by a rhino.
It really,
fuck you.
It really is different for everyone, but
it is different because some people are like, oh, that didn't feel
a painful thing.
But I'm sick of the people that are like, oh, your cervix doesn't have that many nerve endings. It doesn't have that many nerve endings, so it shouldn't hurt that. Fuck you.
It's not your cervix that's hurting.
It doesn't matter. It's the whole thing is fucking
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
horrible.
It's when they put something into your uterus is what's so fucking painful. And they don't take into account that, like, we're not just talking about your cervix.
Also, I don't believe that you don't have that many nerve endings in your cervix, because when they fucking clamp down with a rat tooth fucking forceps on my cervix, yeah, that bitch hurt.
I can't identify it, though. So I think
that
there
was
is
the
less.
First cramp.
Yeah.
That's the first
But you can't
cramp.
identify where the pain is.
No,
Where
that
they're
can't.
hurting
That's
me.
true. I just know that all of my muscles right here hurt.
Yeah, it causes
so
a contraction.
fucking bad. And also they dilate you to a centimeter. So it's the first stage of childbirth. So fuck you for telling me it doesn't hurt. Anyway,
But
sorry.
it's also it's also forced dilation. When you dilate a centimeter for pregnancy, usually that doesn't.
Yeah, because it's softened. Because there's hormones that soften your cervix. And if you're just forcing it open when it's not softened, Devin is having a crisis again.
I'm in pain. Like, this hurts.
Okay. Do you want to talk about yours now?
I guess that's all you wanted to go on.
I get so heated when you talk about stuff
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah, that's all you want to talk about, friendo.
I mean, I don't really have anything else about endometriosis. I'm just like so tired of how you can go. Okay, here's my thing is I fucking hate how the only treatment for most period type anything is birth control. Like, I feel like there has to be something else other than birth control, because birth control has never ever helped my endometriosis except now, because we've completely stopped my periods from happening. I'm on 2 different birth controls that stop me from having my period.
I still have, so I don't have a period, but I still have every single symptom like around when I'm supposed to have it.
Right.
And honestly, sometimes I just feel like I'm on my period all the time. Like, I'm just in pain all the time.
Yeah. Is it like cramping down there?
Like
yeah, that's
extreme back and front. And
that could be PCOS too, though,
Well,
couldn't it? Yeah.
Okay.
So also, it could just be anxiety. It's all in your head. It's not
anxiety
that painful.
doesn't cause vagina cramps.
I saw
Thank
this
you.
one where this lady, she was recording while she was at the emergency room, and the doctor was like, what do you want? Painkillers? Is that what you want? And I'm just like, who the fuck talks to someone like that when they're like sitting there crying in pain, throwing up, saying, hey, my periods shouldn't feel like this. It's really painful. And they're like, oh, it's okay. You want Vicodin? Maybe. I'm in pain. What the fuck? They're like, have you tried Tylenol?
Ew.
Don't you think that's the first thing I fucking tried, bitch? You think this was my first stop was the emergency room? You're crazy.
So, there's so many different kinds of PCOS, and there's so many different symptoms. Do you really want me to read them all? Okay. PCOS is called polycystic ovarian syndrome, and it requires a medical diagnosis. LOL, but good luck diagnosing it. Blah, 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 blah. People may experience menstrual, abnormal menstruation, absence of menstruation, heavy menstruation, irregular menstruation, short and light menstruation, or spotting. So literally anything. Cool. Weight, obesity, overweight, or weight gain. Wow, crazy. Also common, infertility, acne, depression, inappropriate male features.
What the fuck
I
does that just say?
Inappropriate male features.
Are you fucking with me?
I'm gonna
That's
Google
the
that.
most wild way to say that ever.
What do you mean?
And
How else would you
Inappropriate.
say that?
Well, like, why would you call it inappropriate?
Because you're not supposed to
A girl
have
isn't
it.
supposed to develop male body
Characteristics.
Oh, that's not what I thought. Okay, I thought they were just saying, like, she has a chiseled jaw and that's inappropriate for her.
No, I don't think
Okay,
so.
just
I don't-
kidding. Okay.
That's not what
I'll
it
Google
is.
it, but
I get that,
loss
okay.
of scalp hair, oily skin, or unwanted hair. A lot of facial hair usually, or chest hair.
I think that's kind of what it means by inappropriate male.
Oh, I didn't think so.
What do you think it means?
It's totally separate.
Yeah, but what do you think inappropriate male?
Like developing like a enlarged clit so that it looks like a dick.
Or like an Adam's apple?
Maybe.
Mm.
I don't know.
I really don't know. I just pictured a dick clit.
Don't know if that's the answer.
It hurts. That shit hurt is. You got cysts on your ovaries, but sometimes you don't get cysts on your ovaries. Usually it causes insulin resistance, which is fun. Usually it makes you fat and you can't lose weight no matter what you do. Ouch, it hurts really
How many
bad.
people have it?
I bet it's like 20.
About 1 in 10 women.
Oh, that's like 20%. That's more than 20%.
I think that's 20.
1 in 10 is 10%.
Oh, yeah,
Oh.
you're right.
I'm dumb as fuck.
Right?
Wait.
Okay.
Wait, 1 in 10. Yeah,
1 in 10. That's 10%. I'm dumb as fuck. That's like 20%. Sorry.
LOL.
I said you were right.
So yeah, 10% of women. It's really hard to get it diagnosed because you can have it without having cysts on your ovaries, and there's not a lot of known about it. They don't know what causes it. They don't know how to get rid of it. You can only like treat it, and like you can turn it into like reverse. Also, the form that I have is called post-pill PCOS. So basically, when I was growing up, I started the pill at like 11 or 12, and then I got off of it, and when I got off of it is when all my PCOS symptoms like bloop,
Yeah.
because the pill was suppressing them.
Wow.
So I fucked myself.
Well,
Wouldn't have you have gotten it anyway?
yeah. If it's suppressing them, doesn't that mean it's kind of treating it?
Yeah. And
So you would've
I
already
just
had
like
it.
cold turkey just quit the pill,
Just stopped, yeah.
and my
I
shit
hope if
got
you started
rocked.
again, it would help.
Yeah.
Again.
Maybe.
I hope so.
I mean, this birth control isn't really, so I don't know.
yeah.
I guess I haven't. Well, I did have that weird. I don't know.
I had to go through all of them almost.
I really don't know what's gonna happen to me. But I did have to get a pelvic ultrasound, and just so you know, they stick it in you, and I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's like a dildo.
I thought it was gonna be like a pregnancy one where they just like
no.
la, 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 la.
No, baby. They
I
go
wasn't
inside
prepared.
you. Yeah, it's really weird. It's like uncomfortable.
Yeah.
It's really big.
It's
also
really big
really
and long.
expensive. And
it's not even really shaped like a dildo.
literally,
It's
when
like-
I was getting mine, the guy that was doing it was telling me how stupid my doctor was, and that I probably didn't have PCOS, and like it was a waste.
I feel
basically.
like you're not a
And then you ended up
doctor,
having
and
it.
so you should
I
not
mean,
say anything.
I didn't have any cysts, so
Oh.
he basically won.
Well, he doesn't know anything about women's health, clearly.
Yeah, it was just really weird. He literally
Also, he's not a
and
doctor.
also he asked me if I was pregnant, and I was like,
Do I look pregnant?
Do you see a
Well,
fetus in there?
Is there a fucking
No,
child?
because like I was telling him like I haven't had a period for like 3 months or something, and this and that and the other, and he's like, well, are you pregnant? And I'm like, do you think that wouldn't have been like the first thing that we checked?
Literally, do you
Do you think I would be
you're
here?
just that dumb that you didn't
It
think
was
of
actually
that?
really weird. It was.
That's really weird.
Anyway.
Like, I know you have to cover your bases, but just, like, what?
Yeah, so PCOS sucks. Then there's PMDD, which I'm recently learning about.
It's crazy.
PMDD is wild. PMDD.
That's a big fly. Why are you in my house?
Okay, so this is premenstrual dysphoric disorder. It's usually self-diagnosable. PMDD causes extreme mood shifts that can disrupt work and damage relationships. Symptoms include extreme sadness, hopelessness, irritability, or anger, plus common premenstrual symptoms such as breast tenderness and bloating. So it's basically like PMS on crack.
Yeah.
Mood swings, sadness, anger, anxiety, hopelessness, panic attacks, excessive sleeplessness or insomnia, irritability or crying, appetite changes, bloating, depression, diminished interest in usual activities, economical or social dysfunction due to symptoms, fatigue, feeling overwhelmed, food cravings, headaches, increasing sensitivity to rejection, lack of concentration, self-critical thoughts, water retention, or weight gain. So I'm diagnosing myself right now, live on the air.
Live on the air.
Literally, like, can
That's
we
a
talk about
lot.
today?
At the store.
Increased sensitivity to rejection, lack of concentration, self-critical thoughts.
I mean, that's you all the time.
I know. So do I have it or do I don't?
Probably not.
I mean,
It gets really worse around my period.
Also, I feel like a lot of things can overlap each other. Also, so like,
so experts don't know why some people get PMDD, but decreasing levels of estrogen and progesterone hormones after ovulation and before menstruation may trigger symptoms. So it's like a dip.
Interesting.
A deep, deep dip.
Huh. So the pill would probably be really beneficial for you.
Yeah. I just don't understand how the ring is so different than the pill.
Because the hormones are only in your vagina area, your uterus area. When you take it orally, it's throughout your whole body.
Are you sure that they stay in the uterus? And
I don't think they stay there. I think they do, but I think taking it orally is stronger.
Interesting.
Like, that's my perspective.
I don't know, but I think the NuvaRing is just an older part of birth control technology, and so it doesn't work as potently as
Didn't the pill come before it?
other
Yeah,
things.
it came after the pill.
I know, but there's different pills now. Like, there's multiple different types of pills now.
Yeah.
And so I think that the NuvaRing just hasn't
I don't know,
changed
because
as
the
much.
vagina, like,
Isn't the
absorbs
effectiveness of the NuvaRing
things.
lower?
I don't know. The vagina absorbs like, if you soak a tampon and put it, you get drunk faster than when you drink alcohol.
No, it still goes through your bloodstream.
It does. I think that we're both saying it's probably just stronger.
I think
The pill?
might just be a different effectiveness.
Yeah.
I don't think that's true.
Again, I don't know.
You don't think that
literally
the
anything.
I think they're both as effective.
No, not like the hormones effectiveness, not your ability
Different
not to get
hormone
pregnant.
levels.
Yeah.
That's not effectiveness.
I don't think I said that.
I
You
did.
both did.
I did.
Okay.
Because I couldn't think of words.
Jade did.
I said that I don't think that the NuvaRing's percentage is as high as birth control pills. I don't know if that's true, but
We'll watch it back.
watch it back.
You said effectiveness.
I said that I didn't think it was as effective. Yes.
Yeah.
I'm saying, like, for preventing pregnancy.
You
I
don't think so?
it is. I can look it up. I'm gonna talk about birth control next.
How effective is the
Okay.
NuvaRing?
How effective
91
is
to 99.7.
Yeah, it is less.
Yeah.
3% failure rate.
Because pill, I think, is 98.
How effective is the birth control pill? 91 to 99.
So take the average. 96.
But that's what it was for the NuvaRing too. 91 to 99
Oh, I thought you said it was 91.
to 99.
Oh, okay.
Now we're talking about birth control. Welcome to our period PMS bitch fest.
You should never be ashamed.
Start mine by
Of what?
period.
Wanting to be on
Oh.
birth control
or wanting to be on
periods
birth
or any
control
of
or
it?
any of it.
Or having a vagina.
So I'm gonna start mine by telling the story about my period.
Oh, yay.
I got
Story time.
a very, very light period when I was 12 years old.
Yay.
It was literally so light I didn't have to wear a pad. Showed up like for 3 days.
It was a sneeze.
when I wiped. That was it.
That's crazy.
So fast forward, I don't get another one for 4 years. But every month I'm having crazy cramps. Worst cramps ever. Go to the doctor. They look in my vagina and they say that I'm dilating to almost a 2 every time I have my period, which I'm not bleeding.
God.
So I'm not bleeding. I'm just having a period without blood, basically. And my cervix is dilating every time.
It's
so
like a
my cramps.
Pseudo labor or something.
And
What the
so-
fuck?
What the fuck?
My cramps were crazy. I literally couldn't function. And they were like, holy shit, this is wild. We've never seen this.
You're 12.
Yeah, literally. Like, I went to the doctor once
Did
I
you
was 13.
throw up?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Not every time, but usually. And, yeah. My cervix was opening. And so I went to the doctor.
Second
and
stage of labor.
they were like, we don't know what is going on with you. Why isn't there blood? What is happening? And we're all just like, ooh. And then they were like, we don't know how to fix it, but we're going to try birth control.
Were you not dropping eggs? They never found out?
No, because when you go to the doctor, they don't, like, even if they do an ultrasound, they can't, like, figure out if there's a egg problem, if there's no egg, if it's not the time that there'd be an egg.
Well, okay. The way that they wanted to test me is to see if I had extra layers of skin built up in my uterus because it wasn't shedding. Because I hadn't had a
There was
period
no
for
extra
like
skin.
months.
There was no extra skin, but I don't know how they would check. I'd have to go to the doctor every day to
They
see
did a biopsy.
if you had an egg.
No, to see if I had extra skin.
No, I'm saying there was no buildup. They didn't do a biopsy though. They just did an ultrasound.
Did like a scrape. Oh, an ultrasound.
And but I don't know how they would see if I was actually ovulating or not because you'd have to go every day to see if there was an egg.
Yeah, I'm like, I feel like that would be a hormonal thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so they didn't know what to do, and they gave me birth control, and lo and behold, guess what? No more fucking pain.
Weird.
Maybe you have PCOS.
I don't think so. Maybe though. But I don't have any of that now though.
Well, that's what birth control is for.
I don't have a hormonal birth control now.
Oh.
So lo and behold, all the symptoms go away. I'm not bleeding. And then I turned 16. I have my first real period since I was 12. And it's like a regular ass period.
Jeez.
No cramps. I mean,
No
like a little bit. A little bit, just like baby ones. But I'm on birth control, so it doesn't matter. And I'm 16. And then I have a stroke. So I have a stroke, and I go to the doctor. Not a bad one, but I go to the doctor.
It's still a stroke, bro.
Yeah. It was really bad, and I can tell that story a different time, but
That's
I have a
scary.
stroke, and I'm taken to the doctor. And basically, they're like, holy shit, do you have migraines with aura? And I was like, I've had migraines with aura since I was 6 years old. And they're like, holy shit, you should have never been on the pill. It causes
you stroke? Oh my god, I forgot you told me this.
it causes blood clots.
Oh my god,
Oh,
so
yeah.
you had a fucking brain
More
clot.
than other ones, more than other birth control,
Yeah.
supposedly.
Well, the NuvaRing is the biggest blood clot causer.
Yeah,
That's
I
scary
believe
as
that, but
fuck.
supposedly the pill causes it more than others.
Yeah, that's why I can't
And-
be on it.
Yeah, so they took me off of that.
That's why I picked NuvaRing. I want to die.
They took me off of that.
I'm just kidding. I'm fucking with you.
They were like,
Sorry.
don't do that anymore.
That's not funny. Knock on wood. Can you give me wood?
I have
no,
a metal.
that's not wood. I need the paper. The paper. The paper. The paper. I don't want to die. Okay.
Wood right behind you, bitch.
Oh yeah. So they take me off of that immediately.
Yes.
I start
Please
on
don't blood clot. Did I just curse myself?
norethindrone,
Norethindrone.
which is a birth control pill as well, but it doesn't have
I'm
estrogen in it.
It's progesterone.
Only.
Yeah.
Regular birth control is estrogen and progesterone.
Is that
It's
why it
just-
causes blood clots? So estrogen
stops your
causes blood
period.
clots?
That's not the reason, though.
Oh, well, that stops my period.
Yeah, it can stop your
Can I
period.
ask Google?
Would you just let me
Okay,
fucking
I'm
talk
sorry,
for a minute?
It's 333.
I don't care. So, estrogen and progesterone are what was that right? No, norethindrone. Estrogen and norethindrone are what are in regular birth control. And the mini pill is what it's called, is the one with just norethindrone. And it can be used to stop your period, but it's also just a birth control pill. So they switched me to that. And I'm fine again. No strokes.
Normal. No strokes.
No strokes. Regular cramps.
Jesus.
And then I come to be 20 or 21. And I was like, holy shit, this sucks. I think I'm gaining weight. I hate taking this pill every day. And I'm like, I'm gonna get a fucking IUD, baby. And so I was like, wow, I don't want hormones because all IUDs have estrogen in them. All of them. Except the copper IUD, which is known to be the worst because it gives you cramps. It gives you heavy periods. It can, but it usually does.
Yeah.
And it fucking blows for most people. But I was like,
Sign me up, daddy.
Blow me.
I was like, I used to dilate to 2 centimeters.
I can handle this.
I can take a rough period. And my husband was very frightened. I was very frightened that since I would no longer be on any hormones, that my dilation of 2 centimeters would come back. It did it! Woo!
Well, that's
Yay.
good.
Party in the USA.
You like grow out of it, or
You say
something,
hormones
maybe.
kind of weird.
Hormone?
Hormone?
Yeah, you say it. You say hormone.
Is
I
that
know that
weird?
Hormone.
You just say it in hormone.
Hormone?
You
say
just like
hormone.
enunciate the second O.
Hormone.
Hormone.
Whatever.
That's how,
No, it's so
good
cute.
enough. I like it.
It's just good enough.
Okay, what was I gonna Google?
I don't know, but my topic's not over, and you're kind
wanna
of taking
know.
over.
It's part of.
I just want to know
it's part of your
why
topic.
it causes blood clots.
Estrogen.
Yeah.
Is that?
Yes.
Why does birth control cause blood clots?
It's interesting. It's interesting.
Estrogen. I wanted to confirm. I really wanted to, and you wouldn't.
I literally just confirmed it.
But you are not Google.
Okay.
This is the Google queen.
Healthcare providers are still trying to completely understand the link. Certain kinds of pills and contraceptives, the vaginal ring, have both kinds. Okay, thank you.
So when you use birth control, you have quite a few options. So, and I'm going to give you the percentages of how effective they are. This one that I'm looking at lists all of the ones that I know of except the IUD. So I'll look that one up separately. So the shot is 99 to 94% effective. However, I have heard very, very bad things about the shot. It causes weight gain, and if you're on it for a long time, it can like actually do something very bad to your body.
I
It
just
is
saw
not
it this
a long-term
morning.
birth control. And a lot of doctors will leave you on it for long term.
For a long time, yeah. That was my first birth control, and that, I swear, is what activated my anxiety disorder, because I went fucking crazy after I did that.
Yeah.
Fuck that.
So then we have the ring, the Nuva ring. I think there's other brands as well.
It hurts.
In perfect
do
use, it's 99% effective. In typical use, it's 91% effective.
That makes sense. Because it is hard to be perfect
To
with
be,
it.
yeah,
It's any
accurate.
of them, yeah. So, I don't know much about
I
it.
can tell you a little tiny bit if that's okay.
Yes.
That
That one I allowed you.
one of the main symptoms, which that I have right now, is it causes like tenderness, and it basically, it's like a jelly bracelet, right? That lives in your vagina.
Yes.
And even though you
sounds
can't feel it,
horrible.
you really can't feel it. You're moving all the time, and it's gently scraping your insides, and it causes irritation.
Yes.
It also causes extremely painful sex, and it changes the consistency of your fluids.
Interesting.
In Devin's case.
In my case, it's known to do that. Like, that's one of the top symptoms. It changes the like viscosity, And so even if you're wet, you're not really wet.
Is it like
It's
more
just
like
horrible. I want
rubbing
it out.
alcohol than
No, it's like
slippery
thicker
gel?
but not lubey.
Interesting.
Dry thickness.
It makes it a dry
It's
thick.
a dry thick.
It's like cottage cheese instead of yogurt.
Yeah.
I guess.
But
I
it's
don't know,
not
but it
lumpy.
doesn't lump it.
It's
so
like
I don't know how to
emulsified
explain.
cum.
I don't
It's like
fucking
Greek
know.
yogurt.
It doesn't.
Greek yogurt.
It thickens it, but it doesn't
Lube.
lube.
Gotcha.
All right.
It like evaporates. I don't fucking know. I hate it. I'm gonna switch to the pill. Thank you.
The next one is the patch. In
I might try
perfect
that.
use, it's 99% effective. In typical use, it's 91. So same as the ring.
Where do you put it?
Yeah, I think you can put it on your butt, on your leg, or on your arm.
Interesting.
That's what I've heard. I think maybe on your stomach too, but I'm not sure about that.
Okay.
My cousin was on the patch, and she said it was fine. It didn't do anything to her.
Yeah.
Have you ever been on the patch?
I've never been on the patch. I
It's-
didn't
it's
even know there was a
appealing
patch,
to me.
honestly.
Yeah.
Because it wouldn't irritate you.
It's just a sticker, yeah.
It's a stick. But also I'm highly allergic to sticky
Adhesive.
things,
Yeah.
so that's probably
I
why it
just
was
don't know
never an
where I would
option.
put it.
This is the pill that gave me a stroke, the combination pill. In perfect use, it's 99% effective. In typical use, it's 91. So even if we talk shit about these birth controls, even if this one gave me a stroke, it doesn't mean that you shouldn't do it.
Yeah.
If you have migraines with aura, you shouldn't. But if you don't have medical conditions,
Yeah, I was like, also if you have a heart condition.
yeah, if you don't have any medical conditions, then
I think it's
It's
a
fine.
great first birth control to be on.
yeah, like it's fine. It's not a bad birth control. All medications have side effects,
All of them.
but it is a scary one, and they all have it technically, except the copper IUD. Okay, and then we have the mini pill, which is what Kaylee is on, as well as the arm implant. The mini pill in perfect use is 99% effective, and typical use is 93% effective. So slightly more effective
Give me
than
a mini pill.
the others.
I
That's the
wonder
one that
what
they sell at
Nexplanon is.
Walgreens.
Maybe
Yeah,
I'm
I was gonna
gonna
do implants next.
I love the pill. I'm
Mini
on
pill?
the mini pill. I'm on 2 different medications. I have the Nexplanon, which she's looking up now, and then I also but that one wasn't stopping my extremely painful period cramps, and I was still having a period. Like, it was literally not helping at all. But I love the Nexplanon, so I didn't want to get rid of it, and so she put me on the mini pill as well. To completely stop my periods, and I have loved it ever since. Never missed a dose.
Can you have the mini pill just by itself?
Yes.
Okay.
Most people do.
Yeah. I just wasn't sure if it was like a secondary.
No.
From 16 to 20,
Okay.
21.
It's just the word mini makes me think it's not as effective,
Nah,
even though
it's
you
just
literally
mini,
said
but
it is.
It's mini.
It's
'cause
more
it,
effective.
because it just has one
freaks me
hormone,
out.
hormone in
instead
it.
of.
I
a
think that
combo.
I want to try it.
I think you should try it. And,
And
see
if
Do you
what
think
you
I
think.
have to ask my doctor, or I can just switch?
You can just switch. It's not like a antidepressant. You're not
Yeah,
gonna...
and if anything, go to Planned Parenthood.
You can get 3 to 6 packs from Planned Parenthood for free. Everyone should know that, actually.
Everyone should do that if
Um,
you can.
You just go in, you're like, hey, I ain't got insurance. Or if you are still on your parents and in insurance and you're under 26, even if you're 14, you can go to Planned Parenthood and be like, my parents can't know I need birth control.
Mm-hmm.
Give me birth control, and they will.
Because you have
do have to
autonomy.
be 13, though. That is when you are allowed to control your own
Body autonomy.
health, doctor
Is this
stuff.
everywhere? All over the
I believe it's everywhere that has a Planned Parenthood.
Okay.
It's definitely in Oregon and Washington and California.
Which honestly, like, I know there's some parents that are like, oh my God. But honestly, I think that's the most amazing thing ever, because there are parents that, like, are so against birth control because they don't want their kids having sex. And if you're on birth control, that means you're having sex. And
it
no,
can be a cultural thing, too.
it can also be a cultural thing.
Like, I had a friend whose family immigrated here, and she was not allowed, no matter if it was for periods, no matter if it was for what, not allowed to have
it
birth
just,
control.
like, wasn't seen
It
as
was
something
not-
you could do.
No. And so she went to Planned Parenthood. They gave her six months worth free.
Yeah, my parents were
That's so
really
amazing.
hesitant but I got on birth control because of my extreme moods.
Yeah.
As
See,
a
people
teen.
get
I
on
was so
it.
teeny and angsty and cunty, and they were like, I think birth control would help level her out. And
See,
man,
that's
it
so
worked.
amazing. Because
And
there's so
then
many people that are
it
like,
didn't.
oh, why? Because you want to have sex?
No.
What the fuck? There's more to life than just sex.
I
What is
never
wrong
want
with
to.
you?
So now we're going to talk about implant devices. So IUDs are considered an implant device, and the, what is it called?
Nexplanon.
Nexplanon, I think, is still the only brand available
I think it is, yeah.
for the arm implant.
You can get it and you leave it in for 3 years.
3 years, and it goes in your arm. It's just a little bar
Yeah.
that sits in your arm. Yep, there it is.
Honestly, I'd never get it, not because of symptoms, not because of any of that, not because I might have a fucking stroke from it, but because I can't.
With the foreign.
The feel of it underneath the skin freaks me out. I have felt hers. I have felt a friend's, and I.
Yeah. See, the thing is like once it's in, you literally don't know it's there unless you touch it.
Yeah.
I literally forget I have it all the time.
I'm sure I would, but just like the idea
No, I
of
get
it
it.
freaks
And
me
the
out.
idea of them putting it in.
Yeah.
It's
Do
really
they use,
cool
like,
to
a
watch.
gun?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was gonna say, have you seen them do
They
it?
do.
It's like a little, so they like make a little incision in your arm. It's literally the smallest little nick, and then there's this little gun that goes kind of under your skin. They numb you for this, by the way. There's lidocaine all over the area. And then the gun kind of goes in your skin a little bit, and then they shoot the thing, and the little bar goes into your arm, and then they pull it out, and then they make sure that it's nice and straight, and then you're all done. They don't even have to sew you or anything. They just,
So with
all
Nexplanon,
good.
aka the arm implant, there are side effects, and a lot of people experience them. Luckily, Kaylee does not.
Yeah.
But there are really bad ones where you get a period for 3 months straight, where you can also lose your period, which is great, but you can have a period bleed for 3 months straight,
Yeah.
nonstop.
I've heard
Something really scary about the arm implant, sorry, Kaylee,
No, it's okay.
is it can travel in your body.
Yeah, it can
move
migrate.
to your heart sometimes.
Mhm.
It can move all over the place, which is terrifying. But it usually doesn't. That's rare. So again, don't be scared to get it.
You just wake up
But
one day and it's
also-
not there.
Also, because there is subcutaneous space between our skin and the tissue in our body, so it can migrate to other areas. But like, so can microchips in dogs. I've
yeah.
found microchips in their
Oh, well,
ankles
yeah.
before.
Luckily, that's not as dangerous.
It's
though.
not as dangerous as for humans because our subcutaneous space is exceptionally smaller.
There was a dog that I scanned. Nobody could find a microchip on him, and I was just like
You
fucking
literally
around.
have to
booty,
search
the
the,
back,
whole
the
body.
It
shoulders.
was literally down by his
Yeah.
tail.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
they
have to
wiggle.
look the whole body.
Yeah. A lot of times it's booty or
It's like the hip
like
or-
hip,
mhm.
leg.
I found
Side
it in
of
their
leg.
wrist one time. I
That's
was like,
crazy.
what the fuck is it doing there?
Oh no.
Anyway, I've also heard that, some people have periods for extremely long time. I've heard that it can actually make your cramps worse.
Cause
sometimes.
acne.
It can
Weight
cause
gain.
All of them.
it can cause really
of 'em.
bad libido.
Oh yeah, so can NuvaRing, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
like your
not all of the birth
sex
controls.
drive is really bad. I have noticed that one is probably one of mine. I think I'm getting more used to it now that I've had it for 6 years, because I've gotten it replaced.
Okay,
But
I was like,
I got it replaced
6
once.
years.
And I'm getting it replaced again in November. But
Boobs.
I had all those issues that you're saying. I had those issues with the IUD.
Yeah.
And so, like, it really just depends on your body and your
That's
own
why it's
body
like,
chemistry.
We're not shit talking any of these. We're telling,
Yeah. We're
telling you our experience.
experiences,
My body said no.
things that are known about them.
My
but
friend Brittany loves her IUD.
I
oh
love
my
my
god,
IUD.
she loves her IUD. She will talk about her IUD. Like, she
Yeah.
recommends it to everyone.
I love
I
it.
tell everyone not to get it. So, like,
yeah, she does.
Yeah.
And I'm like, no, fucking get an IUD. What
and
do you
I'm
mean?
like, no, worst decision you'll ever make. And
Yeah.
they're like, no, I love it. And I'm like,
My
you're
sisters
crazy.
moved and stabbed her, so
Yeah.
that wasn't fun.
Yeah, that's
So now we're going to talk about the hormonal IUD, which is not the one that I have. There are, I think, 3 or 4 brands of hormonal IUDs, and
I had the Marina.
the Marina.
That's the one they wanted to put in me.
They last 3 to 7 years, depending on which brand you choose. If you leave your IUD in longer than the recommended time, it can be effective, but will become less effective. IUDs can move and fuck up your uterus. IUDs can fall out. IUDs can get pulled out.
You can get a hair clot
That's
thing.
really, really rare, but
It's
you
so
can
gross,
get
though.
hair attached to your IUD strings.
That's crazy.
And it forms like a
from a man
fucking-
eating your pussy with a beard.
Is that the only way you can get it?
Pretty much. How else are you going to get that much hair there?
From like head hair.
I mean,
No.
if they have a lot
Yeah.
of pubes too.
Pubes, yeah, but your head hair does not get down there like that. Not to cause a ball.
I mean,
if you only
unless
have
it's
it in
like
for 3
on
years.
your hand, and then you stick your
Yeah.
hand down there.
If you have something in your vagina for 3 years, you're gonna get like 25 hairs from your head in your vagina in that time, and that's not enough to make that.
That's also terrifying that you just said that sentence right now, though. That there's 23 in my vagina right now. Anyway,
no, not
no,
right
not
now.
in
like
it.
over
Also,
the
it can
course
get
of
near
time.
there.
it can get stuck to the side of your uterus.
Yeah, that's
too,
what I said.
and
It
they
can
have to
fuck up
get
your uterus.
surgically removed. So scary.
And cause fertility issues.
We hate it.
So it stop.
See, these are just things that
we
could
do,
happen.
though. That's
don't-
scary.
I don't hate it.
It's scary.
We don't hate it. You hate it.
Scary. Me and Kaylee hate it.
So
We.
but most of this stuff can happen with hers too.
Anything can happen with anything.
She
There's
can't get a
always
hair
risks.
clot in her arm.
She can't. She can't. That's
Literally?
also literally like 1 in a million.
Getting a
Honestly, guys.
colonoscopy,
Try having the Nuva ring and a yeast infection.
I
Dare
can't.
you.
bro. I can't even imagine. No, I
I
can't.
had to take it out, bro.
Also, if
I
you
would-
get an IUD after you have a baby, it is more likely to fall out.
Ah,
you have to be
I've heard
careful.
that. I've heard that.
because you.
Because
Yeah.
it's still loose.
Yeah.
It's got to straighten and suction back up. It's got to harden and
And that's usually
stuff.
what they give women right after they have a baby if they want birth control.
For fun.
You know what I think is fucking wild, and I don't think. Sorry, this is pregnancy now. It's also a pee.
Oh.
But like a lot of times people don't talk about the after pregnancy, like after you give birth. That shit's gotta heal,
Oh yeah.
and you're still having to take care of this little thing, and that shit's healing. Bro.
So the last form of birth control I'm going to talk about is mine, the copper IUD.
Copper, I'm allergic.
Are you in your vagina?
You know what? They were worried enough that they didn't
said
do
no.
it. Yeah, they were like, you know what? We're not gonna risk it.
So the copper IUD is made from copper and other things, but mostly copper. It is. Oh, I forgot to say this. All of the implantation devices, arm IUDs, all of those are 99% effective, and there is no failure rate because you don't control it.
Yeah, it's literally perfect, as they say, because you have no control of not doing it or doing it.
Moving
Releases
it, anything,
by
yeah.
itself. Yeah.
If it falls out, yeah, it's not effective. But other than that, you gooch.
Interesting. You gooch.
you gooch.
Gooch. So the copper IUD, like I said, crazy periods, painful periods. I don't know if this is all IUDs, but when I got it inserted, I had insane bloating. Insane bloating.
Well, because your freaking uterus is like, hey, there's a foreign thing.
Yeah.
I have to get rid of it, so your whole body is like, let me inflate.
For me, when I got it inserted, it hurt, but it was not unmanageable at all.
How long did the pain last? Like, how many days did you?
I was cramped. That was the thing, is it didn't hurt that bad. Like, it did, don't get me wrong, hurt that bad to get it in, but it was over fast. But I was cramping, bleeding, bloated for like 2 weeks.
That's fucked up, dude.
So bad. The bloat was so bad. But yeah, and now I've had it for 3 years, and I don't have to get it out for another 7. And
That is so crazy.
yeah, it's a 10-year one. It can last
Like, you
up
don't
to 12.
have to think
though.
about it for 10 years. That's so awesome.
They're testing it for 12 years right now.
I know that the other ones, the Marina and stuff, it
3 to
used to
7.
be 5 and now it's like 7.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fucking insane.
Yeah, so this one is 10 years currently is what they recommend, but right now they're testing it for 12 years. They're pretty sure it can last 12 years. So that's dope. And you can get all of these implants out at any time if you want to have a baby.
You know, with all the like new research that's coming up with like women's healthcare and stuff like that, or like even uterine reproductive care,
I think she's disgusted.
I think Devin's
It's
done
just
with
so
this topic.
terrifying to me to have something in your body for 10 years.
But it's like doing what it needs. It's doing its job. It's one job.
And something
I
about
think I'm too shallow for one.
no, you're not.
Like,
No one's too shallow. It goes
I
into
feel
your
like-
uterus.
I don't know.
That's not.
It has nothing to do with
Can
your.
it get poked by a dick?
So they can clip them as short as you
can
want
cut
them.
like all the way up if you want.
Yeah.
But I
but
said
then it's gonna go
no.
too far.
That's not. The strings don't hold it.
Yeah, the strings are just there so they can pull it
But
out.
like, does it hurt if a dick touches it?
No.
So my ex, he said he could feel it sometimes, and
Yeah.
he said it wasn't really anything. He just like noticed them
It
sometimes.
was different. Yeah. So your uterus is like this. Let's say this is your uterus.
It's so big. No, I'm just
the
kidding.
way that your uterus holds it in is just the pressure of the T being across it.
Yeah.
It's not the strings. The strings don't do anything.
Yeah.
Also, your uterus is literally like basically folded in on itself. Like
How
there's
does
not
it
a lot of
protect
space.
against pregnancy?
Which one?
The copper.
The copper
That's
protects
really
against
interesting. I don't know
pregnancy
it.
by causing copper toxicity to sperm. So
That's so fucking smart science
when
shit.
the sperm gets in my vagina, or not my vagina, when the sperm goes into my uterus,
And it tries to
it's
be baby
poison.
making.
So literally,
You're
it's probably the
poisoning-
most effective birth control. And I could get cream pied.
Yeah.
All the time.
I mean,
you
it's
can
not,
do that with any birth control,
Yeah.
Well,
basically,
I'm not
though.
risking it.
Yours is one of the lesser ones by what we
Yeah.
just read.
Yeah.
But the most effective are any implant device. So
Yeah.
Okay.
regular IUD with hormones, copper IUD, and arm implant.
Shit.
But yeah, you could.
Yeah, they are the most effective. Like the
However,
most.
my
Like
doctor-
imagine
The more
copper
invasive, the
and
more
spermicidal
effective.
lube.
Yeah. It
Like,
would be,
you're
you're
dead.
done. So my doctor, though, and not to scare anyone, and he was like, I'm not going to try to scare you with this. I was like, yeah, I have the copper IUD, so I'm all good. And he's like, well, I won't tell you how many babies I've delivered with a copper IUD attached to their head.
Bro, Alex just had a friend. Him and his wife just had a
but-
baby, and she had
So it doesn't
an
work.
IUD.
All birth control
All
that
birth
happens.
control has a
But
risk.
the reason that he has is because he literally was a, what do they call them? Baby doctors.
Yeah.
And it's 1 in 100 women. So if you work with 100 women in a
Yeah.
span of 3 months,
Yeah.
there's going to be one every 3 months.
I just don't know what to do.
I think you need to figure out how to accept that everything has a risk and learn how to
All
compartmentalize it and
I don't think I
come
can,
to peace
though.
with it.
all
Well,
birth control fails.
yeah.
Okay, well, thanks for coming by.
There was one other thing.
No.
Sorry, just because we were talking about feminine products, birth control,
Is
stuff
my
like
leg
that.
hurting you, or is it good?
Oh, no, your legs are
Okay,
fine.
good.
Can you think of the creative ways that you would hide your feminine products in school?
Me?
Like, did you ever, like, when you were going to go to the bathroom and, like, you had to take a tampon or pad
I
with you?
wouldn't care.
You wouldn't?
No.
Was I the only one that was, like, so shamed out of their period that, like... I was so ashamed of my period, y'all.
I didn't like really try that hard, but
Oh,
I
I
didn't just
did.
like hold it.
I mean, yeah.
I'd like put it in my sleeve.
I put it in my
I
pocket.
like the good
my
old sleeve
pocket.
trip.
I'd
but-
have them in my purse or my backpack.
I see
But
if
like,
you
if
took
I had to be like, "Hey, can you hand me a tampon?" I would. Like, I don't give a fuck.
if you
Yeah, I
took
would
your
for my
backpack
friends, yeah.
in middle school,
I would
if
to
you
a
took your
man.
backpack to, I didn't have a period. in
Yeah,
middle
you
school.
can't take your backpack to the...
People would say stuff
Oh, really?
If you took your backpack to the
to the bathroom.
bathroom, yeah. Or the teachers would be... at my school,
Why do
you
you
would
need your
get in
backpack?
trouble. And then you would have to
Where are you
explain
going?
why you have your backpack.
Yeah. Where are you going?
Where are you going?
That happened in high school
snort
too.
a line of coke. Like, what do you mean?
Or you go to the bathroom and then you come back and you gushed everywhere halfway through class and you have to go to the bathroom again. And the teacher is like, no, you can't go to the bathroom again.
Yeah.
Why do you have to go to the bathroom again? And it's like, I'm not going to fucking tell you that I just bled through my pants
I would.
onto your seat. And I
would.
need
I
to go
did.
check.
I would tell them.
See, I was so ashamed. So, like, you didn't talk about your period in my house. You didn't talk about it.
That's weird because your mom's a nurse.
I couldn't even have my feminine products showing in the trash can in our bathroom because of my stepbrothers. And, like,
that
it was
at
just,
your
like,
dad's though, right?
Yeah, it was at my dad's,
Okay.
yes. Like, you couldn't be open about your period. Like,
Why?
If there was any kind of, like, sometimes I would accidentally, before I learned how to be a fucking proper person with a period, sometimes there would be blood on the seat that I didn't notice, you know? Sometimes it gets on your hand and, like, you know, and, like, everyone just make it such a big deal and, like, made me feel so horrible and, like, so disgusting and, like, the grossest person ever. And so, like, you don't talk about it. And even my stepdad was the same way. Like, literally, I'm like, oh my God, my period is so bad. Or, oh, my period cramps are so horrible. My stepdad goes, gross! Every time.
Wow.
If they're watching right now, this is for you.
So, like,
Also, look at your dog.
it wasn't until after high school and I got to college and I lived with my mom for a while that I, like, really got comfortable
Like, are you
talking about
10?
my periods.
Yeah.
Because now I'll talk about it in front of my stepdad just to get him to fucking react. Because why are you gonna call me gross for having a normal fucking thing? He's like, don't talk about that in front of me. That's gross girl stuff.
That reminds me
The fuck?
of this video I saw recently where
I don't understand.
a woman was rinsing her menstrual cup / disc. I can't remember which it was. She was rinsing it in the sink. And she did it because like someone in her life was like, ew, that's so gross. Why would you rinse it in the sink? And then there's a comment.
Where are you supposed to fuck?
let me
in
finish.
the back,
Let me
in the
finish.
back with a hose?
Ooh, let me finish. So there's a comment on that video of her rinsing it, and it says, why would you do that in the sink? That's literally biohazard. That's so gross. Why don't you get a bucket? You want me to
How about you get a
bucket it?
bucket and put on your head?
You want me to bucket it? That's
Bro.
like asking me to clean it in the toilet. Why don't you just clean it in the
It's
toilet?
only-
So fucking weird though.
It's only biohazard if it's someone else's sink. Like, that's what biohazard is.
It doesn't matter though. The
is
thing
exposing other people to...
you're not though.
You know what I mean, though? That's why
Biohazard, it is biohazard. The blood.
yes, the
But
blood.
when you are rinsing it off, there's no
Right.
no
I
blood
get
left.
that.
like you're just rinsing off the dry accumulated blood.
Well, no,
on
it's
it.
not
But
dry.
I'm just saying, like, a biohazard is spreading, like, bloodborne pathogens and stuff like that.
Right.
You're not doing that.
You're not
is what I
doing
was
that.
trying to
Even
Yeah.
if it's someone else's sink, though, if you rinse it
Right.
and you
And it
wipe all the
goes
blood
down-
down,
yeah.
that's not.
It's not
spreading anything.
That's fucking wild.
And these people act like you can't clean a sink. Like
Right.
you can't wash your
like
sink.
you can't just get
Right.
some soap or
And wash your sink. Like, what?
I
what
hate
the fuck?
people.
You want
I
me to
don't
get a
understand.
bucket. And so if I get a bucket, I dip it in once. And then I'm dipping it back in to, like, bloody water.
Yeah, what?
Which is not cleaning
Or
it.
do I just like refill my bucket every
over and
time?
over. And then where am I dumping my bucket? Into the toilet. That's what the man said. He said, dump that bucket into
Oh,
the
it was
toilet.
a man, guys.
Oh, okay, that's the problem.
Men, just
But
shut
I'm saying,
up.
like,
just shut up. Just shut the
Even if
fuck
you
up.
use an alternative
Shut
menstrual
up.
product, like a disc or a cup, you should
Bro,
not.
the people that treat
Feel bad.
periods like it's the
Here's
fucking
what
plague.
you do. One,
like-
shut up. Two, go buy her flowers, chocolate, ice cream. I don't give a fuck. And then 3, you, like, put a nice movie on or something, and you rub her feet, and you rub her back,
And you don't
and you
complain.
don't try to fuck her unless she wants to, but you just rub her back. That's all. Not a back massage to a fuck, just a rub.
Just a rub.
And you
I
buy her
don't-
more chocolate, and then you leave her the fuck alone, and salty stuff too.
And another good period product is menstrual underwear.
Oh yeah, I
Yes,
think I'm
I've
moving
been
into my menstrual
seeing
underwear era.
those.
They're
If I
so
bleed
good.
again, which I don't know if I will, but if I do, I might move into that era.
It's so good. Okay, so
they
it's,
look so incredibly comfy.
it's just better. Like, people think it's like a pad. It is, yeah.
What?
No, finish that, and then I have a question. I'm just raising my hand so I don't forget.
People think it's like a pad, and it is similar, but it just completely dries.
Yeah.
Oh.
Like, it's, I don't know what fabric it is, but it is so moisture wicking that it is never wet.
Moisture licking.
Wicking. Moisture wicking?
Wick.
Oh, that's funny.
That's
I heard
a-
licking.
No, that's a
Moisture
real word,
wicking.
you guys.
Guys.
Moisture
knew
wicking.
that.
It is so, it's always dry. And like, even if you leave it on all
Sorry,
day,
my hand fell asleep.
even if you leave it on all day, by the end of the day and you take them off, they feel kind of heavy,
Yeah.
but they're dry. Like, it's
That's
crazy.
insane.
Okay, what was I gonna ask? Fuck.
About menstrual underwear?
No. Oh.
Panties?
Okay, here's my question. So I'm on the ring, right?
Yes.
And I do where you take it out and you put a new one in without having a period.
Mm-hmm.
Can I get pregnant?
I don't know. I don't think so.
If I'm not allowing myself to have a period, I can't get pregnant.
No, you can't because your egg won't drop.
Also, when you have a period on birth control, it's not a real period because you're not ovulating.
Yeah.
It's a withdrawal of hormone bleed.
Interesting.
Even if you had a
Fun
period, you wouldn't
fact.
get pregnant.
So then I have a question.
So then I don't.
So I
need
don't know the
condoms.
science behind this.
You never did. If you're on birth control, you don't need condoms.
So
you
you're
told me
born-
to be 100% affected, I need a condom.
Yeah, because it's 91% effective.
Yeah.
But you just told me I could not get pregnant if I'm not ovulating.
Devin,
Right, but
that's
if you're
the
not-
risk, is that it's not 100% effective.
Yeah.
But you won't get pregnant. Like, that's what a doctor would tell you. But it's not ever 100.
Science.
Mm-hmm. Well, let me do you one another.
You're gonna do me one another?
Yeah. So
I don't know
if
about that.
Okay, so you know how you like everyone is born, or not everyone, everyone with a uterus and ovaries.
Nobody is born.
Everyone's born. Everyone with uterus and ovaries, they're born with their set amount of eggs,
yeah.
right? So if you are on birth control most of your life, do you just have a
They
period
die.
till you
No.
die?
The eggs
Okay.
rot.
Oh, they rot and then
Not actually, but they become not
Is
useful.
that-
So if you go through
Never mind.
menopause, your ovaries are emptying out.
Else,
Your ovaries
please.
like clean themselves out. Your uterus cleans
I was just
itself
gonna
out.
say-
Release 1 egg or 2 eggs at a time because they're healthy.
right.
Once all of your eggs are kind of like turned into raisins, basically, they'll just go at whatever rate, and that's why menopause is like a variant.
Of like last like 6 years, yeah.
But
I
if
hope
you're
I
on
don't
birth
have
control,
menopause.
you will. If you're
Everyone
on
goes
birth
through
control your
menopause.
whole life, it's not gonna.
I
Yeah.
wanna
Even
be
if
in
you get a
my prime
hysterectomy, even if you get a hysterectomy, you'll
A
go
lot
through
of them,
menopause
yeah.
twice.
Well, that causes it like instant.
You go through it twice. You go through it when you get the hysterectomy, and you still go through it when you get older.
I want
'Cause
to
your
be in my
hormones are still
sexual
changing.
prime again.
I think you kind of are right now.
No,
Yeah.
I'm not.
I think like biologically you are.
This is like the beautiful time to have
Like
babies.
20.
No, not for babies. I mean just fucking.
Oh.
Oh, just like wild.
fucking.
Oh,
ham,
okay. I was like biologically, I feel like 27,
No,
33.
I want to be in my like 19 years old
oh my
in a
gosh,
public park. Just
that's so young. I
freaking
can't.
horny every day, all day. Just like
I
can't
was
stop
horny when I
touching
was
my
younger.
button.
I was more, I guess. I don't know. My depression medications and birth control
I
have
just
kind of
wanna
kept my
say-
libido pretty.
They say that men are horny, but no, they're not.
Yes, they
Everybody
are.
can be horny.
They
Men
they come
and
then they're
women can
done.
be horny. Non-binary can be
Yeah,
horny.
because that's
Transgender
the way
can
their
be
body
horny.
works.
know.
It
I'm
is a
just
human
saying,
thing.
Like, puberty and like they always. To
I feel
me,
like it's the
hold
same.
On, it was always prefaced that like guys just like woo.
I mean,
But
they do.
For me, it was more than like even in the show. What's that one show?
There's a lot of shows, baby girl.
Well, I can't remember.
Well, so men, I think, are hornier more often, and women last longer. Like, if you fuck and then he comes, you're upset because you're still horny. That means you last longer, doesn't mean you're horny more often.
Yeah,
I'm both.
it's just
You're
different.
not horny more often than all men.
Yes.
No, you're not.
In the past.
Than your boyfriends, sure. But I think in general, men are hornier than women.
I think
that's been a thing.
I disagree.
I think it shows up differently because also I read something that was like men, a lot of the times the reason men do like to have sex a lot, or like that's like basically how they get their affection from people. Like they don't really get
that's true.
get like internal like affection from hugs or words or anything like that. They get it from like their emotional meter gets filled when they're having sex, because that's how they were taught is the only way they can be close with people is during sex, instead, because like men can't cry, men can't talk about their feelings, they can't they can't hug, they can't, you know, do all these things, but like they're human as well, so they need all those things. They need emotional connection, and the only way they know how to do it is through sex.
Have you guys seen that like survey where they see
Devin's crying right now.
Have you seen that survey where they like say how many times men think about sex in a day, and it's like 6. I think that means they do more than us, because I
think about it like 100.
But also I
you
think that's
could
just
be the outlier.
You.
Yeah,
I think
I'm
that
talking
you
about me.
are the exception, not the rule, baby.
Yeah.
I win.
And I
But not
still
anymore.
I still think that there are other men who think about it just as much as you.
Yeah, I think it's always a toss-up.
But I think I win.
Devin just wants to win.
The horniest
But
Devin's the horniest person I've ever
Not
met.
anymore. Not anymore.
I do
all
have to
gone.
say, Alex is the first person I've ever met that's not made me feel shameful for my period, especially being a man.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So when I first met Alex and I went to his house for the first time, I was in his bathroom, and I, you know, you sneak around, you take a peeky look, whatever. So I was looking underneath his
Take
sink,
a peeky look.
and I saw he had a box of pads under his sink, and he lived alone. And so I was like, who does he have these pads for? Like, I was like, oh, he's got another girl, like, on the
Patricia.
side. And he goes, well, my sister comes over, and I have friends that are girls, and I want them to have them if they need it. And I, like, literally, that thought hadn't even crossed my fucking mind, that a man would just have them in his house for his friends. Like, just in case. And then I remember the first time I got my period and we were going to have sexy time. And I was like, oh, we can't. I got my period because my ex previously, like, would be like, ew, no, like, we can't do any. Like, he didn't even want to, like.
Blowjob week.
And Alex was like, well, I'll just put a towel down. That's fine. Like, literally didn't even bat an eye. Like, it was, he goes, oh, that's fine. And I'm just like, no, like I'm on my period. Like, I'm bleeding right now. Not like later, like I'm actively, right? And he's like, no, yeah, I know. I can put a towel down. What do you mean? Like, he was looking at me like he was confused.
Yeah. Period sex is
That's how my husband has
I love
always been.
period
He's
sex.
just like,
They're just crazy. But personally, I don't like having sex on my period.
I
I
love
think
it.
maybe partly trauma. Also, it doesn't feel good to me. It kind of hurts.
fuck is that?
Where did you get
It came
plant?
out of the blanket.
You just found plant in my blanket?
it was like this tiny little piece was sticking out like that.
And I
She
pulled
pulled
it and a plant bloomed.
Oh, right.
Yeah, period. I mean, if you don't like it, that's okay.
But don't be
But don't
fucking
shame
weird
someone.
about it.
And don't be disappointed and mean. Like,
Also-
oh, you can't even fuck me.
I heard
It's
about
like I
this
literally
guy.
can't control it.
I heard about this guy who literally made his girlfriend walk around
yeah.
her house with a towel. So every time she sat anywhere, she had to sit down on the towel.
Mm-hmm.
I would laugh in his face and then
And she
sit
wasn't allowed
immediately
to
on his
dispose
couch.
of any tampons or anything in the house.
Yeah.
Like, also, I recently just learned you don't have to put in a tampon or a pad when you go swimming.
I did not learn that.
Did you
Wow.
know that because
Well-
of the pressure from the pool against your vagina makes it so the blood will not come out?
Yes, but it can if you like get some water in there and then push it out, and that does happen.
like, how often has that ever happened?
It's happened to me.
Oh, it's never happened to me.
But yeah, you can bleed into the pool, but it's like so
and then
little.
when you get out, what are you supposed to do?
The pressure goes away and you kind of just gush.
Gosh. Oh, I guess, yeah. I guess they didn't think of that.
But yeah,
Yeah.
you don't have to. But
Anyway, I
if you
thought
have
that
a
was
light
fun.
period, and when
Yeah,
you get out, then
literally.
you're fine.
Yeah.
If you have a period, then I'm sorry.
You're fine.
If you have a period, I'm sorry. Also, it's kind of a superpower.
Well, yeah. We're powerful.
We literally
Okay.
can create
Good
life.
night. Goodbye. Love you.
Love you, XOXO Gossip Girl.
Thank you guys so much. Make sure that you check out our merch shop on Functional Chaos
Could
merch.
you not?
.etsy.com. Make sure that you go and check out our YouTube and our Instagram, and you follow and subscribe at Functional Chaos Podcast. Go to our TikTok, it's functional.chaos.podcast, and make sure that you individually follow us on our Instagrams at Kaylee_4_you, Jade _4_you_ and Dev _4_you with 2 U's. Thank you guys so much for watching and
Bye.
listening. And this is
Functional Chaos.
Bye.
See you fucking later, bitches.
We are owning. Anybody on their period?